The Keke Man and the car owner. The sun hung high in the sky over the busy streets of Lagos, casting a golden hue on the day's hustle. Keke, a tricycle driver, had been navigating the clogged streets for hours. His tricycle, worn and battered, had seen better days, but it was his lifeline. Every day, Keke faced the same challenges, dodging reckless drivers, avoiding potholes, and pushing forward despite the never-ending noise of the city. Today, however, things felt different. The traffic was especially thick, and every minute felt like an eternity. As Keke slowly maneuvered his tricycle between the lines of parked cars, the engine sputtered, causing him to swerve just as a sleek black sedan zipped past him, honking loudly. The car owner, a sharply dressed man in his mid-30s, leaned out of the window, his face contorted in irritation. "Move aside. You're blocking the road," he yelled. Keke, already tired and worn out from his morning, shot back, "I'm just doing my job. Where do you want me to go? This road is a mess." The man's impatience boiled over. He slammed his palm against the horn, his eyes flashing with disdain. "You're just an obstacle. Look at that piece of junk you're driving. It's not even roadworthy." His words stung, but Keke kept his calm. "Maybe you don't get it," Keke muttered under his breath, "but this is my life. This is all I've got." Before the exchange could escalate further, a traffic officer intervened, telling both men to calm down. The officer's stern warning brought silence, but the tension lingered. As the car sped off, Keke couldn't help but feel a gnawing frustration. The rich man had seen him as nothing more than a nuisance, a piece of machinery in the way of his perfect world. But Keke wasn't just a nuisance. He was a man trying to survive. The following day, Keke was making his usual rounds, carrying passengers to their destinations through the winding streets. The same black car appeared once again, parked at the side of the road. The car owner was standing next to the vehicle, his suit slightly rumpled, clearly frustrated. The sight was familiar, but it was only as Keke approached that he noticed something was wrong. The car owner was staring hopelessly at the hood of his car, muttering to himself. Keke slowed his tricycle, his curiosity piqued. Despite the events of the previous day, something about the man's helplessness struck a chord within him. As Keke passed by, he hesitated, then pulled over. "Is everything okay?" he asked, cautiously. The car owner looked up, surprise in his eyes. "My car's dead. I've been trying to fix it, but nothing's working. I'm late for a meeting, and I'm stuck here." He let out a frustrated sigh. Of all days. Keke surveyed the car and then the man, his instincts kicking in. "I might be able to help," Keke said, stepping off his tricycle. The car owner raised an eyebrow. "You? Fix this?" "I've fixed a lot of things in my time," Keke said, offering a small grin. "Let me see what I can do." With a mixture of skepticism and relief, the man agreed, and Keke got to work. He opened the hood, checking the battery connections, and within minutes, identified the issue. Loose battery cables. Just need to tighten them up. The car owner stood in stunned silence, watching as Keke worked with confidence. The once closed-off man felt a strange sense of humility in that moment. How many times had he dismissed people like Keke as lesser? But here, this man was fixing what he couldn't. With a turn of the key, the car roared to life, and the car owner stood, momentarily speechless. "See? Told you," Keke said with a wink. The car owner chuckled awkwardly. "I never would have thought. Thanks, man." As the engine hummed smoothly, the car owner looked at Keke, his expression softer now. "You know," he began, "yesterday I was a real jerk. I was frustrated, but I shouldn't have taken it out on you." Keke shrugged, a little uncomfortable with the apology. "It's all right. We all have bad days." But the car owner didn't stop there. "I was wrong. I judged you based on what I saw. I didn't even think, for a second, that you might have skills or a story of your own." Keke, surprised by the sincerity, nodded. Most people just see the tricycle. They don't look beyond that. The car owner, now looking embarrassed, hesitated before speaking again. "You're right. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry for what I said yesterday. It wasn't right." Keke smiled slightly. "I appreciate it. But, you know, this is how I make a living. It's not easy, but it's mine." A silence hung between them, but it wasn't uncomfortable. For the first time, the car owner realized just how much he had taken for granted in his life. The wealth, the status, none of it seemed as important now. Listen, the car owner said after a moment, I want to make it up to you. If you're interested, I have some business contacts. Maybe I can help you get more customers or even upgrade your tricycle. Keke blinked, taken aback by the offer. You're serious? Absolutely, the car owner replied. You helped me when no one else could. I'd like to return the favor. Over the next few weeks, Keke and the car owner, whose name was Alex, began to build an unlikely friendship. Keke's business began to grow with the help of Alex's connections. He was introduced to people who needed reliable transport. And soon, his once rusty tricycle was upgraded to a newer model, one that suited the demands of his expanding clientele. Alex, on the other hand, found himself learning a lot from Keke. The old man's resilience, his unwavering dedication to his work, and the stories of his struggles opened Alex's eyes to a world he had never really seen. He realized that money and status didn't define a person's worth, character did. One evening, as Keke dropped off a passenger, Alex pulled up beside him. I got something for you, he said, handing Keke a shiny new phone. Keke looked at it, puzzled. For me. I know it's not much, but I thought it might help with your work. You can keep track of appointments, find new customers online, that sort of thing. You've earned it. Keke was speechless. I don't know what to say. You don't have to say anything, Alex replied, smiling. Just keep doing what you do. You've taught me more than I could have ever imagined. As time passed, Keke's business flourished. The new connections, the upgraded tricycle, and the support from Alex helped him achieve more than he ever thought possible. But beyond the business success, it was the friendship that mattered most. In the end, the fight between the Keke Man and the car owner had been nothing more than a catalyst for something far greater, a reminder that, sometimes, the people we least expect can teach us the most. One afternoon, Keke sat back on his new tricycle, the sun setting behind him. He thought about everything that had changed in his life. He wasn't just a man with a tricycle anymore. He was a man with a purpose, with new possibilities, and most importantly, with a friend who had once seen him as nothing more than a nuisance. In the end, Keke learned that life had a way of surprising you when you least expected it, sometimes in the most unexpected of ways.